Well, hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me. My name is Laura Schwerzler, and I'm the Strategic Accounts Manager for Royal Caribbean in Maryland. I have the distinct pleasure of working with the CruiseWeb and being their partner, and I'm here to tell you all about what's new at Royal Caribbean. So a couple of housekeeping things first. If you do have questions, go ahead and type those into the chat box. If time permits, we'll answer a few at the end, and your dedicated CruiseWeb consultant will certainly follow up with you and answer any of the questions that come up. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So I am so excited. The wait is over. We have resumed cruising from the U.S. We actually have, as of August 23rd, 11 ships in our fleet will be returned to service. So that's all over, including Florida, Texas, Greece, Barcelona, Seattle, Washington, and Nassau, Bahamas. So we have continued to work over many months with our Healthy Sail panel of leading experts and the CDC to make this an absolutely fabulous, safe experience on board. I've even had the chance to cruise personally myself in July on the Freedom of the Seas from Miami, Florida. And I am just so excited and happy to share that more than anything, what I remember about cruising really is very similar to what the experiences was before. So, I'll tell you a little bit about things on board and how that might look a little bit different, but you will find the crew is absolutely over the moon to see our guests back on the ships and really creating the wonderful, warm, royal experience that you are used to. All right, so the comeback continues. Even though we'll have 11 ships in the water, we have our full return to service plan for our second phase. So you will see here starting in the fall, more ports and more ships back to service. We've got some great options out of the Northeast ports of call, Enchantment of the Seas from Baltimore, Maryland, starting in December. A great holiday cruise for you. Oasis of the Seas, sailing from Cape Liberty, New Jersey. That's what we call fully amplified, or in this case, it's revitalized. It's kind of the Royal Caribbean verbiage, where we have taken the best and newest concepts from our ships and started to add them to every ship in the fleet. So whenever you see that little amped sign, that's what it means. It's got all kinds of cool new concepts. Also, the Liberty of the Seas from Galveston, Texas. We are going to have a brand new Royal Caribbean port in Texas, absolutely beautiful state-of-the-art facility. We also have some 3 to 5 night escapes on deck for you. Coming up, brand new Navigator of the Sea, sailing year-round from Los Angeles starting in November. It's an absolutely gorgeous amplified ship. We'll have our Serenade of the Seas returning to Tampa, Florida in October, and Brilliance of the Seas doing some shorter Caribbean out of Tampa as well in December. So in addition, we'll be back to our Alaskan adventures. Now, we do have some wonderful Alaska sailings, 2 ships from Seattle, Washington round trip for this summer. Starting next summer, of course, we'll add to that the Radiance of the Seas to do our cruise tour experiences. So those will sail northbound from Vancouver or southbound from Sword for 7 nights, and you can tack on some land to get into the interior of Alaska. Really have an amazing family adventure. Also, Europe and Australia returning. December 13th, we'll have our Ovation of the Seas from Sydney, Australia, and our Amplified Voyager of the Seas from Barcelona, Spain, and Copenhagen. So lots of exciting things on deck. And one of the things I am most pleased to talk about is our beautiful Oasis of the Seas coming for the first time to Cape Liberty, New Jersey. Oasis of the Seas is our original game changer. She came out with 7 different neighborhood concepts. That was the first at sea She's got this gorgeous aqua amphitheater at the back with high dive aerial act shows, a beautiful Central Park neighborhood with 12,000 living plants, lots of dining and shopping to enjoy. We also have our boardwalk neighborhood with a hand-carved carousel that backs up to that aqua amphitheater. So big, big news that she will start sailing this fall. Actually, she's returning, I should say, or coming up for the first time to Cape Liberty in September. So she will be doing our 7-night perfect day at Coco Cay, private island in the Bahamas, and ports of call to Nassau, Bahamas. So let me share with you some of these great amplifications. So the Oasis of the Seas was amplified in 2019. We added things like our Ultimate Abyss 10-story dry slide. That's all the way aft at the back of the ship. You can see above our aqua amphitheater. Lime and coconut. This is a really refreshed, kind of fun Caribbean reimagined pool deck. I'm going to show you some pictures of that here. A great double-decker bar with signature cocktails. We've got El Loco Fresh, a new fast casual Mexican restaurant. It's great. It's right up on the pool deck there. So as you are enjoying, your day at the pool, you can go over and grab some guacamole, tacos, quesadillas, all very delicious. And then things you've seen before. So the Bionic Bar that was actually introduced on another Oasis class ship, and we brought her to the original Oasis here. Shaken and Stirred will mix up some tasty cocktails. You can order by iPad. One very wonderful venue that I would be remiss if I didn't mention is our music hall. So you can score front row seats on this double-decker music hall. We have tribute bands that are there. So it's really just a very cool experience. And of course, Royal Caribbean is known as being the family brand. So we've added lots for the kids and adventure seekers of all ages. Our Perfect Storm water slides, Splashaway Bay kids pool, Sugar Beach, 200 different confections all around. So lots to see and experience on the amplified Oasis of the Seas. So she'll be doing those 7 nights to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Perfect Day at Coco Cay is our private island in the Bahamas. We've invested $250 million to really add all kinds of cool new things. So we divide the island into 2 sides. We've got our chill side with our Coco Beach Club that has its own private club, private beach area, its own swim-up bar and infinity pool, and the only overwater floating cabanas in the Bahamas. So you can purchase a day pass for that into the Coco Beach Club on our chill side. Plenty of complimentary activities, of course. So as you go in, you've got our Harbor Beach and Chill Island, our Oasis Lagoon. It's the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean. 800,000 gallons of water and its own swim-up bar there for you. So one thing I do want to mention about Perfect Day that's so convenient, if you purchase a beverage package on board, that will actually translate onto the private island. So you can use that at any of the bars and areas on Coco Cay to purchase your drinks, your Coco Loco, or anything that you would like on the island. Also, a bit about dining here. We have our chill grills that are set up, full kitchens. The culinary experience is truly elevated on our new Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Not to say it wasn't lovely to have a beach barbecue that we used to bring off board from the ship. Now we've got full kitchens, frozen yogurt machines, everything there for you. The burgers are absolutely amazing. Do yourself a favor and check out the Snack Shack while you're there. Fully complimentary chicken sandwiches that, would put some of the most popular chains that we all know to really, by comparison, absolutely just so tasty. I love the mozzarella sticks and the Greek salads there. We've got the healthy, lighter side too for you. So check out the dining at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So once you maybe chilled and had some lunch, maybe you want to go to the thrill side. This is great. You can purchase a day pass for Thrill Water Park, 21 different water slides. You can see in the shot there, that is Daredevil's Peak, 250 feet up in the air. For Daredevil's Peak, it's the tallest water slide in the Bahamas. And if you like heights, you want to get a great view of the island, you can do Up, Up, and Away. That's our hot air balloon that you can see there. We've also got just so much to offer for the kids. Captain Jill's Galleon. It's almost like a Splashaway Bay experience on the island itself. It's a pirate ship. And everything that you see here at Perfect Day is so inviting. It truly is my favorite island. I just cannot say enough about it. So you'll find lots of our itineraries. We'll feature that 7-night itineraries to Perfect Day in combination with Nassau. That's on the Oasis of the Seas that I just mentioned. We do have 3 and 4 nights available. If out of Florida, so out of Miami and Fort Lauderdale, on the Navigator of the Seas. So talk to your CruiseWeb consultant. They are your experts, and they will give you all of the itinerary choices that feature Perfect Day. All right, so moving on to the Odyssey of the Seas. This is our brand new Quantum Ultra class. So Quantum class was introduced in 2014, and this is our newest ship here, and we truly have made her ultra. So some of the technology and cutting edge entertainments that was introduced for that class, we have truly amplified her. So at the back of the ship is actually a 70-foot video wall and a lounge called 270 with robo screens. We can really turn that 70-foot video wall into anything we want. So the entertainment is absolutely amazing. During the day, 270 is a nice area to just kind of relax. It's a good alternative to the pool deck if you wanted to do some reading or perhaps, play some games with family and friends up on that other level. It's got its own bar area, and then in the evening it transforms. So that's kind of what the Quantum class is known for. Also touches like our North Star. You can see at the front of the ship, the arm that kind of comes out of it here on the top right-hand side. That actually goes 250 feet up in the air and cranes around for 360 views. So that's what our Quantum class is known for. This particular Odyssey of the Seas, you can see she's got her new amplified features, that bungee sky pad right there, that big neon yellow ball is actually a virtual reality bungee trampoline experience, fully complimentary. All of that you see there on the top deck, complimentary included experiences with Royal Caribbean, our Flow Rider surf simulator. So Odyssey of the Seas just really has so much to offer. So even bolder, some of the new things that we have introduced with our Odyssey of the Seas, Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar. So we love our mainstay Italian Giovanni's table. This is kind of a new twist on it. So not only does it have brick oven pizza, it also has an extensive wine bar that we have combined to make a new dining concept. Teppanyaki, everyone loves their teppanyaki, their hibachi. I just love what we've done with our Seaplex on the Odyssey of the Seas. So Seaplex is a multifunctional venue. During the day, you can see there's bumper cars. Sometimes we will have roller skating, high-flying circus school. Consult your cruise compass on your Royal Caribbean app, and you'll know exactly what's occurring, what complimentary experience is occurring there during the day. But what we've done with this particular Seaplex is we have Playmaker Sports Bar overlooking it. So now we have this beautiful sports bar, television screens. There's actually 30 television screens located in there. We've got beers on tap, chicken wings, all kinds of really great fun things, and an arcade included in Playmakers overlooking the Seaplex. So, mom and dad can grab a beer and, maybe some wings and watch the kids do their bumper cars here. So it's your day. Plan away. Some of the new concepts that we have here, Zone Zero. This is absolutely new to our brand. It is a virtual reality 4D experience. Laser tag, that is absolutely the most fun. I love our laser tag. You think that you know your family and friends, get them in this competitive experience with this laser tag. You'll see a whole new side come out. So the reimagined pool deck. This is the lime and the coconut. Look, we have really upped the quotient when it comes to Caribbean. So there's steel drum band music out there. There's entertainment during the day and at night. We've got our El Loco Fast Casual. The Bungee Sky Pad is all up there. And then for those of you that might want a little shade, a little chance to get out of the sun, we've got these new casitas experience, brand new to our brand. They're these little almost bungalows that you and your traveling party can enjoy. So, of course, Royal Caribbean is known as the family brand. We're truly multi-generational, and we have our award-winning Adventure Ocean. We fully revitalized this area. You can see here the Teen Social 180 indoor space and then the outdoor space. Absolutely gorgeous. Some of the things that we've done to change a little bit when it comes to Adventure Ocean is we've added additional staff. So we do have the chance to have smaller groupings, flexible age grouping together. So, talk to your travel partner a little bit more, your consultant at the CruiseWeb, about the Adventure Ocean experience on board. All right, so the Odyssey of the Seas has these wonderful 6- and 8-night sailings. So 8 nights Southern Caribbean, going to what we call the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, in combination with Perfect Day at Coco Cay. We also have a 6th night going to the Western Caribbean, including Labadee. That's our other private island, and some great time to experience it all for the 8-night Southern Caribbean, also going to Falmouth, Jamaica, in addition to 2 nights of cruising. So that will be sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. She's actually sailing right now, the Odyssey of the Seas. So talk to your CruiseWeb consultant. All right, and so moving on to some other things that are new. Our new adventures from Los Angeles on the Navigator of the Seas. The Navigator of the Seas has been fully amplified, and she is doing 3, 5, and 7-night round trip Los Angeles. So this is a market that we have not been in for Royal Caribbean for quite a while, doing great itineraries, going to Puerto Vallarta, Ensenada, really a chance to get into Baja and enjoy the West Coast. So for something new and different for those Crown and Anchor members that have sailed with us quite a bit, you want to check out some new itineraries, that is the way to go. Navigator of the Seas, sailing from Los Angeles. All right, and a brand new market for us, sailing from Barbados, both this year and next year. We have opportunities to do 7 or 14-night Southern Caribbean from Barbados. So this year, starting in December, we have the Grandeur of the Seas. Next year, we'll have her sister ship, the Rhapsody of the Seas, sailing winter of 2022. So these itineraries will stretch through till April, December to April for both seasons, and a chance to really get into some of these new ports of call for Royal Caribbean, unique destinations. Scarborough, Tobago, Kingstown, St. Vincent, and Port of Spain, Trinidad are all brand new for Royal Caribbean. Of course, we'll return to some of our old favorites as well. Really wonderful options to either do a 7-night or a 14-night Ultimate Caribbean. That also goes a little further into Costa Rica. Really, really great opportunity to have all of the islands in one 14-night Ultimate Adventure. So one thing I wanted to mention is when you do book these itineraries, take advantage of Royal Caribbean's contracted air, our Air to Sea program. Talk to your CruiseWeb consultant about this. This is a great opportunity to not only get the lowest fare. I mean, look at some of that airfare going out this season. Flights starting as low as $2.99. out of Newark, New York, $3.99 out of IAD in Washington, D.C. So again, super low rates and all of these wonderful benefits for air to sea. Lowest airfare guarantee. If you book your airfare with Royal Caribbean and find a lower price, if the price goes down, we will offer 110% of the difference as an onboard credit for you. Assured arrival. If any issues arise, we guarantee our emergency travel team will work with you along with your CruiseWeb consultant to get you to that first port of call. It's very easy to reserve. You have your full choice of airline, and of course, 24/7 support is available. So lots of great features and benefits for booking your air through Royal Caribbean. And another great destination to book your air through Royal Caribbean would be for Alaska. Our Alaskan adventures are selling quickly. Really after the last year of being pent up, I think more than anything, families are ready to be together, ready to take those larger trips of a lifetime. Do not delay. Plan those now. Lock in your space so you can get the prime staterooms. You can get the pick of your staterooms and the cabin configurations that you want. If you're traveling with triple or 3 people or 4 people in a stateroom, that's something you really want to be planning now to get that prime inventory. Many of you, your repeat cruisers here, have future cruise certificates. Just as a reminder, those do need to be redeemed. They actually need to be planned, and you have to redeem your certificate by April 30th of 2022 for sailings through September 30th of 2022. So Alaska is a great option that encompasses our Alaska season. Talk to your CruiseWeb consultant about redeeming your future cruise credit on one of these 4 great ships that we offer from Alaska. So our Quantum of the Seas is sailing round trip 7-night glacier experience up through the Hubbard Glacier, visiting beautiful ports of call. You can see whale watching, excursions to go up into Juneau, that's the capital of Alaska, to see some of these great ports of call. Sitka on Ovation of the Seas, 7-night Alaska glacier experience. So these 2, they vary slightly in itinerary. Ask your CruiseWeb consultant about what's best for you, and they will give you all of the options. But these are 2 beautiful sister ships, Quantum class, so they do have that North Star that goes 250 feet up in the air. Great sweeping views in Alaska. Now, I'd also recommend, if you want to go the extra mile, see about 50% more of Alaska, you can opt to do an Alaska cruise tour on our Radiance of the Seas. So that's a 7-night northbound or southbound cruise, and you tack on anywhere from 2 to 6 nights. In addition to that, getting into the interior of Alaska. So a chance to see the Big 5 in Denali, to see all of the wonderful wildlife there, to have a glacier experience, dog sledding, all of these excursions that, truly make a trip of a lifetime to Alaska. And then finally, our Serenade of the Seas will also do a 7-night Alaska glacier experience, round trip from Vancouver, and you can tack on some land to that for a 13-night Canadian Rockies cruise tour. So you can see some of the destinations that you'll visit on our Alaska cruise tours. I had a chance to do this myself in 2012, the Alaska cruise tour portion, and I cannot say enough good things about this. Going into Talkeetna, seeing these it's a little tiny Alaskan town. You may be familiar with the show, I guess it was back in the 90s, Northern Exposure. That was based on the town of Talkeetna. It is very quaint and charming. Anchorage is absolutely gorgeous. It's a very well set up pedestrian city, so it's walkable. You can bike. There's great dining. Really, really just a wonderful opportunity to get into some of these Alaskan destinations and explore with your friends and family. All right, so I'm sure that this is on everyone's mind. It's a hot topic when it comes to different protocols and steps that we are taking to keep everyone safe and still deliver great cruise vacations. So some of the things that we are doing: 100% fresh filtered air. We have upgraded our HVAC system on every ship in the fleet. It turns over fresh ocean air 20 times in 1 hour, so it is very, very efficient. Medical grade cleaning standards, EPA certified disinfectants, of course, increasing the cleaning, increasing access to hand sanitizing. And again, I think that you'll find on board very similar to what we've seen on land. So none of this is going to be jarring or surprising, right? Everything is marked very well with signage to, remind people to physically distance when, you're doing your check-in there. We'll talk about check-in in a second. There is very clearly marked if there's any areas for vaccinated passengers only. That may be the adults only solarium area or the casino. One thing that we've worked really hard to do is with our trade partners, with our folks at the CruiseWeb, our consultants, is to give them all of the resources to show what is available on the ship and what some of those testing and vaccination protocols look like. We even have a key that shows access to different venues and shows, so you know ahead of time what decisions you want to make based on your circumstance and your family that you're traveling with. So talk to them. Really, they're there. They are the experts. You are getting their expertise completely complimentary to walk you through every step of the way. We've upgraded our medical facilities and expert care. We've added more doctors and nurses, equipment, and sound care plans. There's been lots of planning that's gone into this, and of course, planning and partnering with local authorities to develop transport protocols to get you home safely, to get your traveling party home safely, should anything arise. So some of the other efforts that we are taking and measures we're taking on board is to really make a touchless experience wherever possible. So we have our digital day planner. You can conveniently access your cruise compass from your Royal app on your phone. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. We have fully digitized our safety briefings, so you can watch your muster video from the comfort of your stateroom television. You can watch it on the app, and then you have 4 hours to physically check in with a crew member. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that soon here. And all of the other things that I mentioned: welcome amenities, complimentary face masks, and hand sanitizers. Now, I know masks are a hot topic, and I do want to assure you we are working very closely with the CDC. We've worked in the past with our Healthy Sail panel to make those recommendations. So, guys, the masks are going to be a little bit of our reality when we're dealing with areas where we can't physically distance. So, of course, hallways, elevators, indoor areas where you're not actively eating or drinking. For the short term, that's going to be, the protocol. Now, it's a different story, of course, when you are outside, when you're on the pool deck, when you are at Perfect Day at Coco Cay with your traveling party. So Royal Caribbean's really taken the time and the care to make all of our protocols as least disruptive as possible. As someone who's personally experienced it, who's been able to travel and cruise with us so far, to go into the shows, to be able to enjoy the wonderful food and the ambiance on board and the crew and all of the things that make our brand so special, I think you'll be really impressed with how similar the experience is to what you remember it by. So just a few little tweaks and things, and of course we hope that this will not be for the long term. So speaking of cruising with confidence and having confidence in our brand, we have extended our Cruise with Confidence policy. This means you can cancel for any reason whatsoever right up to 48 hours prior to departure, and you will get 100% future cruise credit, good for 12 months. So now this has to be on any bookings prior to August 31st. So prior to the end of this month for cruises that are sailing through April 30th of 2022. So cancel for any reason, no questions asked. So I was talking before about the importance of the Royal Caribbean app. I used this on my cruise in July on my Freedom Cruise, and I have to say it could not be easier. You have your mobile check-in right there. You have your safety briefing, all of your daily planner. You can make your dining reservations for specialty dining. I went ahead and I purchased my day pass at Cocoa Beach Club for Perfect Day at Coco Cay. I purchased that right from my app. Paperless dining menus, or you can even scan the QR codes that are available in most venues. It's got your map of Perfect Day, so you can plan out your day there. We even do have a guest-to-guest chat. So the guest-to-guest chat is that you can purchase. It's available for $1.99 per night for the entire voyage, and you can go back and forth. It's your own in-app texting for Royal Caribbean. So makes it really, really easy. More importantly, the check-in process. We have not, we have made it so easy to check in on the app. All of your pre-arrival communication, just make sure that your CruiseWeb consultant has your contact information, right? We do need to have your email, at least, phone number for one person in the stateroom for any pre-arrival communications, but they are all posted right there in the app as well. Your mobile check-in, you can check in via the app. It is so easy. You scan your passport. You can actually scan your passport and take your security photo right on the app, so you breeze in when you check in. You can complete the first step of the safety briefing by watching the video. You'll complete it once you actually get on board. Now, this is very, very important, a staggered arrival. This is part of the way that Royal Caribbean is handling, the distancing and making sure that people are coming in on time to allow for time for testing. If you are unvaccinated and requiring an additional test, then that is going to be determined by your check-in time. So it flows very nicely. Currently, we are cruising at a slightly reduced capacity. Now, this is as of August, right? So that I'm doing this webinar. So that could change, and we certainly hope that it does. But this really just helps us to make sure that guests are arriving at the terminal and that we have plenty of time to exact any sort of testing and staggered arrival. Now, this is the best part, health questionnaire. Rather, we're going paperless. So the days of you having to, fill something out when you get to the port and do all that, you can answer your health questionnaire 24 hours prior to departure. The app will notify you. It is the last thing that you need to do before you check in. And I just love this because it makes it just super seamless, and the ability to check in on the app is fabulous, super convenient. All right, so the safety briefing, you can launch this in the safety briefing within the app. You go ahead and you watch your video experience in the app, and then you go to your assigned assembly station once on board. So rather than having this big disruptive muster drill where you have to drop everything, right? It's right around the time before we pull out, before we go on to the actual cruise itself. It's the last thing you have to do. So you're getting comfortable. Maybe you're in your stateroom unpacking or exploring the ship, and you have to drop everything and then go and kind of cram together like little sardines into a muster drill. There is no longer the need to do that. You check in with your station on board. When I checked in on the Freedom of the Seas, there was literally one couple in front of me that had to, check in with the crew member. You get a little sticker on your SeaPass card to show that you have completed your safety drill and you are good to go. All right, and so for some of our return cruisers, Crown and Anchor benefits, things that are new. Enhanced capability, this offer is always available and combined with booking offers in the marketplace that we have. You've got some additional beverage vouchers. So in the short term, we have done away with the happy hour within the Diamond Lounge to compensate for that, we have added additional dining vouchers. You can see here Diamond has 1 additional, Diamond Plus 2, and Pinnacle Members 3. So in this case, it helps. You can use those throughout the day. You don't have to use them between 5:30 and 8:30. You can use them for, your morning beverage, your fresh squeezed orange juice, or your mimosa, whatever you like in that case. For specialty dining for our Pinnacle members on Oasis and Quantum classes, we have added a $25 specialty dining certificate per member, and we do have some new recognition gifts. So I should have backed up. If there's some new cruisers on here, Crown and Anchor is our benefit program. It's our loyalty program. You're automatically opted in after your first cruise, and as you build cruise nights, the benefits actually increase. So Diamond level is going to be 80 cruise nights. In that case, once you're Diamond and above, that's when things start to get really good, as you can see here from our Crown and Anchor benefits. All right, so speak to your CruiseWeb consultant about increased Royal Caribbean travel protection. It's enhanced for 2021 and beyond, luggage protection, travel delay. Things certainly do come up, and especially these days, they can have unforeseen circumstances. So get yourself cruise care, get yourself covered, and talk to your consultants, like I mentioned. So in speaking of going more digital and touchless, Royal Caribbean has a brand new digital brochure for 2021 and beyond. And this digital brochure, it is not just like flipping through the pages of our regular brochure. This is fully interactive. Not only does it have full deck plans, it has videos. Ask your CruiseWeb consultant about it here. You can see it shows you all of the different ships. You can do a virtual tour. Videos that you can see there, we break it down by class, by ship class, by destination. So check that out. Your CruiseWeb consultant can provide that link to you. It's a great way to shop, to view the different staterooms, and to get all of that squared away. So our August offer that we have currently actively is our buy one, get one 60% off the second guest, 30% off third and fourth guests. We also have some instant savings for 2022. And our loyalty points, you can earn double Crown and Anchor loyalty points. Book by September 30th. That's for any departure sailing by September 30th of 2022. And you will get double points for each cruise night. So that applies to all loyalty tiers. If you are in a junior suite or above, you already get 2 points per night. So now you're getting 4 loyalty points. It's a great way to rack that up and start to reap the benefits. So in closing, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. Royal Caribbean truly is award-winning, best cruise line overall for 18 years running, best entertainment, best private island. I cannot say enough great things about Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Talk to your CruiseWeb consultants. They will get you full maps of this gorgeous island and tell you all about the experience here. And I'm going to just go ahead and start to open it up to some questions. So let's see here. All right, so I'm getting a lot of questions about the protocols as it relates to COVID testing and vaccines. So the point that I do want to make there is that every port of origination and every cruise is a little bit different, right? So going out of Barcelona is going to be a little bit different than going out of Texas or out of Florida or out of Seattle, Washington. So talk to your CruiseWeb consultant. They will walk you through based on the parameters, not only of that origination port, but also based on the ports of call that are being visited. So we all know that these days we have to be a little bit flexible, right? A little bit patient, a little bit nimble with that, but we will communicate any changes in protocols based on the islands visited or the origination port. We'll communicate that to your CruiseWeb consultant, to you. It will all be posted within the app. So That's kind of the name of the game, is transparency and making sure that based on the cruise that you choose, you have all of that information and can make the best decision for you and your family. All right, so one thing that did come up about testing, it's saying if I am vaccinated, if I'm fully vaccinated, do I need to have a negative COVID test prior to cruising? So this is a good specific question to answer. So as of in August, we would require a negative rapid test or PCR test within 72 hours of boarding. So what does that actually mean? Say if your cruise was departing on a Sunday, you would not actually include that embarkation day, and you would count backwards 3 days. So that's how good your test would be how long your test would be good for. So saying on Sunday, so eliminate Sunday, we're doing Saturday, Friday, Thursday. So you would need to have that test no later than Thursday, results in hand. And one thing that's nice is that it can be a rapid antigen test. So that is acceptable, does not have to be the full lab PCR for that. So depending on your state, where you live, and your availability to that does need to be presented within 72 hours, negative COVID test to board. All right. Oh, and a good follow-up question for that. So what does that mean for back-to-back sailings? That's a great question. So if you are sailing back-to-back with Royal Caribbean and you need to make arrangements to get another test in order to go on your second cruise, talk to your cruise web consultant. They will reach out to our access desk, and we can actually arrange for some help with that testing. Again, have full confidence that Royal Caribbean is here for you. We understand it's a fluid time, and we want to do everything that we can to help our passengers just have the best, carefree, smooth, seamless cruising experience. All right. Well, and I am getting that we are close to being out of time here. I really do appreciate your time. Again, talk to your cruise web consultant. I can't say it enough. If you have any additional questions, reach out at 800-377-9383. Your personal consultant will follow up for you for any questions that you have. And thank you again for your time today. Happy cruising.